Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to my channel Medical Lecture and Mnemonics. Today I'm going to talk about a very important topic which is called pituitary gland tumors. But before discussing the pituitary gland tumors, the anatomy and physiology of the pituitary gland should be known to each medical student and doctor. And after discussing the anatomy and physiology, I will discuss the pituitary gland tumors. So the pituitary gland is a very important endocrine gland, which is about 1 centimeter in diameter, and it is about the size of a pea, and it is about 0.5 gram, and it is located within the ciliated of the sphenoid bone. So the pituitary gland is also called a hypophysis because it is present just beneath the hypothalamus. Therefore, it is also called a hypophysis. Now, the parts of the pituitary gland, there are mainly two parts of the pituitary gland. One is the anterior pituitary, the other is posterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary is also called adenohypophysis. Here you can see there is A in anterior and there is also A in the adeno. So you can easily memorize the anterior pituitary is also called the adenohypophysis. And the posterior pituitary is also called the neurohypophysis. The anterior pituitary is derived from the pharyngeal epithelium, while the posterior pituitary is actually the extension of the hypothalamus. So, in between the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary, there is a small connection. This connection is called intermediate lobe, but it is not significant in human, almost absent in human. So the anterior pituitary have a connection with hypothalamus through the blood vessel. These blood vessels are called hypophyseal portal system. And the posterior pituitary have a connection with the hypothalamus through the neurons. So the anterior pituitary have 5 types of cell, and each cell produce its own hormone. Is of hormone in other endocrine glands. So the anterior pituitary have special type of cells, the somatotrop. You can easily memorize the cells present in the anterior pituitary. You can memorize it by the mnemonic. Here you can see SCTGL. S means somatotrop, C mean corticotrop, T mean thyrotrop, G mean gonadotrops, and L mean lectotrops. So this cell produce hormones. Somatotrop produce the growth hormone, the corticotrop produce ACTH, and the thyrotrop produce the TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, and gonadotrop FSH and LH, and the lectotrop produce prolactin. But these hormones are produced in response to a hormone from the hypothalamus. So the somatotrop is released when the growth hormone releasing hormone from the hypothalamus is released and these hormones then act on the somatotrop cell of the pituitary gland, and it causes the release of the growth hormone. And the growth hormone are inhibited by the growth inhibitory hormone, or it is also called somatostatin. When this hormone is released from the hypothalamus, it will inhibit the release of growth hormone from the pituitary gland. And the corticotrop releasing hormone from the hypothalamus act on the corticotrop cells on the pituitary gland and cause the release of ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. And the thyroid releasing hormone from the hypothalamus cause the release of thyroid stimulating hormone from the pituitary gland, thyrotrop cells. And the prolactin hormone are inhibited by the prolactin inhibitory peptide, which is released from the hypothalamus. And the gonadotropin releasing hormone from the hypothalamus cause the secretion of luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary. But the hormone, when released from the anterior pituitary, it will goes into the blood, where it will goes to the target site. For example, the ACTH will go to the adrenal gland, the TSH will go to the thyroid gland, and the prolactin will go to the breast, and the LH and FSH will goes to the sex organ. So these anterior pituitary hormone are under the control of hypothalamus. And the posterior pituitary secrete just two type of hormone, but these hormones are produced within the cell bodies of the within the nuclei or cell body of the hypothalamus, and then goes into the posterior pituitary through the nerves, and these are then released. The first hormone is the oxytocin, and the second is ADH. The oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone, these are the two hormones which are released from the hypothalamus. These hormones then goes into the posterior pituitary, from which these are released into the blood, where they act on the target site and produce the response. So this was all about the anatomy and the physiology of the pituitary gland. So thanks for watching the video, and for more videos subscribe, like and share.